This is a day in the life of a product manager. What I do in day-to-day basis is what I'm doing now. And what is it that I'm doing? Improving projects, taking code to product. So I've been approached by this guy who is developing Secular. Secular is just a competitor of Dropbox and WeTransfer, as he said. So I asked him, what is the unique proposition of your application? And he pointed me to this slogan. By the way, Secular is the name of the app. So he pointed me to this slogan, and the slogan is ultimate sharing control. Let's just jump straight to it. This is wrong. Coders can think of this slogan, but product managers, people who are concerned about the consumers and how consumers think and how the product fits into the market, they cannot come up with this bad slogan. What is the problem with this slogan? Okay, first of all, it says ultimate sharing control. So based on the developer or the coder himself, he said that in this application it's different from Dropbox and WeTransfer because you've got a control over what you share. Let's just analyze these two words, sharing and control. Have you ever shared something on social media or in the internet in general? In most cases, when we talk of the internet, sharing means making it publicly available to a group of people, a collection of people. So when you are sharing something, there are lesser chances you might feel like you want to be in control, even though those cases might happen, but they are very rare. If you are sharing your picture on Facebook, are you interested in controlling how many people who are going to see it, or it is at your best interest to make sure that it reaches everyone? So if this guy is talking about sharing and then wanting to provide a control, that means there is some sort of a confusion here. And I do understand the confusion because he's just a developer. What he does for a living, he just get into YouTube and help people to become better developers and just code his own project. Now let's fix that. How can we fix that slogan? The first thing we can do first is to change the sharing to publishing. Now, what's the difference between sharing and publishing? Sharing is more general and it doesn't pinpoint to a certain target audience. If we want to do the market research, we cannot really tell who are we targeting in terms of sharing because anyone can share things on the internet. Even a kid can share things, even an old guy can share things, even just a general person can share things. So the problem with this slogan is that it doesn't give us an idea as to who are we targeting. At least it's better than what other people do, but we are getting into details because we want his code to be a product so that we can help also other coders who are struggling, asking themselves why my code can never develop to a full-blown product or application like Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram. Let's just dive deep into it. Let's change sharing to publishing. Now, when we talk of publishing, first of all, we are starting to establish industries. Which are the industries that might be interested in publishing? Let's talk about books. Do authors publish books? Yes. Do we have things such as book publishers? Yes. Do you see now by changing sharing to publishing, we are starting to establish an audience. This is very important for the application because people must use it. So now I'm just drilling him to do away from thinking as a coder of thinking about functionality, but to think about the product and consumers. Who is it for? It's very important in the product development life cycle to understand specifically who you are targeting because if you are targeting everyone, you've already failed. So by changing sharing to publishing, now we are starting to think of book publishers, and also we are starting to think of self-publishers, people who are publishing their own books. That might be our target audience. Secondly, music. Music is also being published. So if there are some people who are interested in publishing music, then that might be our target. But however, we are not looking only at those people who are looking at sharing their own music to multiple users and people for free. but we are looking for those people who are interested in sharing their music for an income. For instance, I've got a new track that I want to share, but I want control over that sharing of that music. So as I am publishing it, I want to keep a track of who's downloading it because I want them to pay. So this system Secular can help them to publish a something on the internet and then track that and distribute codes to people whom they are going to buy those codes. So do you see that by changing sharing to publishing, we are starting to pinpoint certain industries. Since book publication it's very close and it's specific and it's a certain industry, let's just change Secular to the slogan of Secular to ultimate publishing control. See the difference? Now we are setting this application for success rather than what it is now, the ultimate sharing control. And also, when this developer was developing this application, he was thinking along the lines of coming up with something better than, let's say, WeTransfer or Dropbox. Even though this app is too far from that, but he was inspired by that, and that shows up in this sharing. Then, as a product manager, I want to shift him away from sharing because he's entering a competition that is very tough because people have already associated sharing with those platforms, more especially sharing big files or sharing other files as well. So, with that being said, now let's jump straight into his problem number two. The problem number two of this application is that as a startup, it is very important that you become quick and adapt to the ever-changing marketing need. Now, when he was giving an illustration or when he was explaining this application to me, he mentioned a lot of things. For instance, number one, you are going to publish different types of file format. As you can see, those earphones, they are representing music, and these represent picture, and these represent music. Meaning that in a full-blown app or in the actual app, there will be different icons for different files. Meaning that you can share setups, you can share documents, and you can share whatever zipped file. And that's a problem because number one, not only it's a problem because of the market, but it's a problem because of the delivery. If this guy he's just got a YouTube channel that he teaches people how to code, and also he is maybe a father or a parent or an uncle or a brother in his real life, how would he be able to keep up with all these changes, let alone the multiple files? There is a lot of things that you can do here, as he is explaining, that you can share the links to the file, you can edit the file, you can upload, you can download, you can receive notifications, and also you can keep track of how many people who have downloaded the file. And at the same time, you can set a countdown whereby, for instance, like this file, it's been like it has got a lifespan of 6 days. So meaning that it's gonna come down to 4, 3, 2, 1 on day number 0. Then the file is going to be locked. Is that good? Yes, it's a good thing, but the product is too complicated. All products, when they are coming up into the market, they must solve one problem so that the users can associate them with that problem, so that they can be branded as the specialist in solving that problem. If this product is new and is unknown and it's doing a lot of things, then it becomes a problem because it will compete with everyone. So to make sure that we single-handedly position it for success, it must only do one thing. It's better for me if it can focus on publishing documents for book publishers. Otherwise, this is Matthew Msingati, the designer and developer. In case you didn't know, I am the one who has been developing this product. I've got a YouTube channel, and also I've asked myself, why do I just teach people coding without thinking along the lines of having a product that can be successful, just like Dropbox and WeTransfer? Because maybe Dropbox now is worth millions and millions or even billions, and also WeTransfer is worth millions. But me, I'm sitting down with a code that can be converted to a product, but I was not converting. So I had to think of ways on how can I level up. So this is one of the some sort of mock-up videos acting as a product manager, identifying loopholes in my own product and in my own code and in my own design. This is going to be a series of videos. If you are interested on witnessing the journey of this product when it comes to life up until it gets investors, or up until it's getting published and it gets its own first user, second user, and the third user, you never know, maybe up until somebody decides to acquire it, please click the like and subscribe button. Otherwise, for me, stick with me. I will make you famous. I will take you places to see different faces.